Hey everybody, welcome to another class. Really excited today to talk about retirement and all the different things that you need to do to start planning, whether it's looking at CPP, OAS, your RRSP, turning it into a RIF. How much money do you even need to save for retirement? So this is a really fantastic class if you're someone that's getting close to retirement, even if you're already in retirement, and even those that still have a couple years. It's never too early to plan. So we're very excited to have you all. We're going to get started shortly. Before we do, I'd love to just learn where you're from. So quickly in the questions box, let us know where you are listening in from. And let's get started here. So really what we're going to talk about here today are a couple things. We're going to take a look at how to create a retirement plan. This is one of the most important things when it comes to successful retirement planning. Critical numbers you need to know. Learning your different options. There are so many different things that you could do, whether it's your CPP, OAS, maybe it's delaying retirement or transferring payments to your spouse. There's just all these different things that you need to be aware of. And we're going to also do a deep dive into a RIF, CPP, OAS, and annuities. One of the most important things when it comes to retirement planning is making sure you don't run out of money to retire. And the challenge for a lot of Canadians is the average age is getting older and older. So what do you think the average lifespan is in Canada? Put your answers in the comment section. What do you think is the average lifespan in Canada? Let's see if anyone can get this. Average lifespan in Canada. All right, Karen says 85. Good guess, Karen. 78. Bia says 90. 82. Adele says, hey, Adele. 86. Good guesses. The correct answer is 82 years old. That is the correct answer. Now, when it comes to successful retirement, it's important to define what retirement even is. And this is what it looks like. It's when you're able to reach a point in your life at 65, maybe earlier, or 70, where the assets that you have create a passive income, and that passive income fuels your lifestyle. That's it. It's not that complicated. You don't have to overcomplicate things. Can you reach a point in your life where you can stop working and still have money come in as if you are working? That's the key. That's the goal. How amazing would it be that you could go to your mailbox every single month and there's a check waiting for you that pays for all your bills, it pays for your expenses, and whether or not you work, you have confidence that check is coming into the mail. Now, there are so many different assets that generate retirement income. You could take a look at your RIF, which is a registered retirement income fund. Annuities, which is a great option for many Canadians. You have your Canadian pension plan, old age security. You have your guaranteed income supplement. Then we also have dividend income. Maybe you have some money in the stock market and now you're transitioning a lot of your money into dividend paying stocks. And every single quarter or every single year, you're getting a paycheck from these companies. Real estate income, this could be in the form of a rental property that you own. Maybe you have some money in REITs, real estate income trusts, and you're earning consistent amount of money every single month from those. And then you take a look at private lending. Maybe you're someone that wants to lend out some money. You've had a lot of success with it. As you get closer to retirement, you lend out your money and you earn a great rate of return there. And you want to keep it very conservative. Now, when you take a look at all these different, 8 of them, you want to try to have a good mix of each one. You don't want to have all your money coming from dividend income or real estate income or private lending income. You want to kind of diversify your income streams. And one of the mistakes that a lot of Canadians make is they forget about CPP and OAS. Those can add a good amount of money for you and for your family, which will help you either retire early or on time. So let's keep going through these here. There's really two activities that you need to do to retire happy. Number one, write down your financial freedom numbers. Everyone has numbers. You got to write them down. You need to have a finish line. You go to work every single day so that you don't have to go to work every single day. That's the goal, to be able to stop working. But what's your numbers? When would you be able to stop working? Most people have no clue what their numbers are, and they just work and work and work and work with no finish line. Abraham Lincoln said the best way to predict the future is to create it. So what is your number? It's like, imagine you're running this marathon without a finish line. It's crazy. It's nuts. You need to have this finish line. Now, here are some critical numbers that you need to know to achieve financial freedom. If you're taking notes, write these down. You could screenshot this as well. These are some of the most important numbers to know. What age you want to retire, number of years you expect to be alive for. Now, you're not going to get this and be 100% accurate with it, but take a guess. How much are you currently saving each year? The current value of your investment portfolio. How much money do you have saved up? Your expected rate of return. It's good to always be cautious here. Rate of inflation. Desired annual financial freedom income. That's basically stating how much money do you want every single month when you retire. Do you want $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month? What's your number look like? And other income during retirement. This can help. Number 8 is so important because some of you are not going to stop working. You want to keep working. You want to keep busy. So even if you can work 1 day a week or 2 days a week, that extra income can help a lot. Now, when it comes to retirement planning, I know it could be very intimidating. It could be overwhelming. There's a lot of different factors and a lot of things that you just can't control. You don't know if there's going to be a recession. You don't know if you might get sick or your family member gets sick. You maybe have to help out a family member that needs some money. There's a lot of curveballs, and you're not going to be able to have an incredible plan that gets followed perfectly, but do your best. It's better to have some sort of plan than no plan at all. And we recommend, don't try to do this yourself. It would help to get an expert to sit down and run these numbers with you, or a calculator to help run these numbers. Don't try to do it yourself. You're going to get overwhelmed. There's a lot of math involved. There's a lot of different equations that you have to plug into. So this is our visual for don't try to do this yourself. One of our most popular tools at Enriched Academy, it's called the Financial Freedom Calculator, and it helps Canadians figure out how much money they need to save if they're on the right track to retire, and what adjustments they need to make if they're not on the right track. So whether you use our tool or a tool similar to this, you need to run your numbers. So how a tool like this works is you put in your situation. How old are you right now? When do you want to retire? How much are you currently making? What's the rate of return? All these critical numbers. And then it's going to give you a breakdown of, okay, how much money do you need to save each year? What percentage of your income will it be? And are you going to fall short or not? And the best part about these tools is you can go back and you can adjust them. You can say, okay, maybe I can't retire at 65. What if I retire at 67? I work an extra 2 years. And then you plug in your numbers and you see all of a sudden, yes, okay, great. I couldn't retire at 65, but I could retire at 67. You got to be flexible and you got to be willing to make these sacrifices. Now, we want to do a simple activity with all of you to help find your financial freedom numbers. So 2 things that you could do literally after this class or during this class if you like. Number 1, calculate your monthly expenses during retirement. Now, it's interesting because what happens during retirement is your monthly expenses are going to be lower than when you're working because there's a lot of things that you're not going to be paying for, whether it's going to the office, gas, you name it. Your kids are going to move out if you have kids, so your expenses are going to drop. But it's important to calculate that, and we're going to give you an activity. Step number 2 is make sure your monthly income covers your monthly expenses. So here's a great activity that you can do, and you should absolutely do this either today or sometime this week. grab a pen and paper. This can take you like 5 minutes to do. And let's run some estimates. So how much do you think rent and mortgage will be during retirement? Maybe you want to move to Costa Rica or the Dominican Republic. Have you done your research to figure out how much does rent cost there? Or how much would it cost to buy a home? How much will your mortgage be? How much are you going to spend on food, utilities, transportation, insurance, entertainment, and other? And I would recommend to take some time and be precise with this activity. The more accurate that you could be, the better that you could create a plan. If you're just jotting out numbers and you're making guesses, it's not going to be as effective. So in this example, you need $6,000 after tax. That's the goal. Now, question for all of you. How much money do you think you need each month to retire? Put your answers in the questions box. How much money do you think you need to retire? All right, let's take a look at some of the answers here. Put your answers in the comment section. How much money do you think you need to retire? Okay, Tracy, great job. $3,000 a month. Guys, if you're watching this and you're not in the comments section, we encourage you to be engaged. The more engaged you are, the more of this information you're going to retain. If you're just passively watching this, you're not going to get much out of this class. But if you're doing these activities, you're engaged, your retention is going to go through the roof. Great job, Enya. Great job, Mark, Karen, Tanya, Jovita, Whistler, Adele. Whistler Homes, $5,000 a month. Michelle says $4,100 a month. Karen says $5,000. Whoa, Georgina says $48,000 to $50,000 a month, Georgina, or every year. That's a fun lifestyle if it's $50,000 a month. I want to be hanging out with you during retirement. Tammy Evans says $6,000. Great guesses, everyone. Great job doing the activity. And, the next step you need to do is this activity. Your goal is now $6,000. That's your North Star. That is the destination. Now you got to figure out, how the heck am I going to get there? What do I have to do every single month? How much money do I need from different sources to get me to that golden goose, the dream? And you got to figure out those numbers. How much are you going to get from CPP and OAS? How much are you going to get from your RIF, your annuities, rental properties? And you got to start working backwards. That's the key. You work backwards. Start with where you want to go, and then work backwards from there. You need 8,000, 10,000, whatever that number is. How are you going to get there? And one of my favorite quotes is, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. You spend 40 to 50 hours per week working at a job so that one day you don't have to work 40, 50 hours a week. But if you don't plan, retirement, it's going to be tough for you. You might not have enough money. You might run out of money. It might be a challenge. So the more that you can plan today, the easier and the more relaxed your retirement will be. And it's not hard. The first step that we just talked about should take you no more than 10 to 15 minutes. Using the Enriched Academy tool, you'll be able to get your numbers in a matter of minutes. Okay, step number 2, we got to understand your different options for retirement income. There's many. Understanding them is critical. Now, guys, if you're enjoying today's class, can you do me a big favor and just like the video? It's honestly reassurance for us that we're doing a good job, that it's worth putting in the time and the effort to put these videos together, and we're going to keep investing the time and the effort to do that. We also have these great upcoming classes, so if you would like more of these videos, there's going to be a link that pops up here in the chat, or you can see it in the description. Sign up for our weekly classes. You get access to our financial literacy newsletter, and every week we do these fun classes, so make sure to sign up for that. Now, did any of you know you have to take money out of your RRSP at age 71? Did you know that? Let me know in the comment section, yes or no. Did you know you have to take money out of your RRSP at the age of 71? The government forces you to do so. Put in yes or no. Yep, there's the link. It should just be in the comments section. So make sure you click that, sign up for our future classes, and sign up for our Financial Friday newsletter. Okay, a lot of people says yes, yes, yes. Great. Yes, you have to take out all of it, not some of it. The government forces you to take your money out. And a couple of years, I was at a conference, and a doctor came up to me and said, "Arian, I didn't know this." And he said, "I had $1 million in my RSP." This is someone that was a very successful do-it-yourself investor. He was trading stocks on his own, ETFs, and he was able to grow his portfolio to $1 million. But at 71, he got a letter from the government of Canada saying, "Hey, listen, you got to take your money out of your RSP or turn it into a RRIF." And he didn't know what any of this meant. So he took that $1 million out of his RSP. He was still investing it out of a self-directed savings account, but it was out of the RSP. And his accountant, reached out to him and was like, what's going on? And what happened was he had to pay tax, and that $1 million after he paid tax was only $465,000, because when you take out $1 million, it's all considered income. So the government is looking at you like, "Oh, you made $1 million. We're going to tax that." And now you're in the highest income bracket. So he had to pay $535,000 to taxes, and he didn't know. Isn't that shocking? Put in shock in the comment section if that just kind of blows you away. Like, wait a minute, I worked so hard to get $1 million. Now I got to pay almost half of it. I'm not okay with that. I don't know about you guys. I would not be happy if I was in that situation. Yeah, it's pretty shocking. And this poor guy, I felt so bad for him, because this is someone that was doing a lot of things right. He was investing on his own, but he didn't know this tax, just one thing he didn't know. He wasn't aware. No one told him. Yeah, Artis is not happy. I would not be happy either. Paul says, "What?" Oh my gosh. Yeah, Adele, you got it. There's options here. You don't want to take your money out. And that is not what you want to do. So we created this graphic. Our graphic designer spent all day creating this graphic to make sure that you don't do this. Stop. Don't take all your money out. There's two better options. Option number one is a RRIF, a registered retirement income fund, and number two is annuity. Okay, in the comment section, let me know which ones have you heard of? Have you heard of a RRIF and an annuity? Put in which option you've heard of before. RRIF or annuity. You could put in both. You just put in both if you've heard of them before. Most people have only heard of a RRIF and have never heard of an annuity. I'm just curious to know. Okay, thanks Tara, thanks Janet, thanks Joan, Pearl. Okay, most of you have heard of both, and some of you mostly only a RRIF. Let's take a look at what the heck these two things are. Okay, so here's what happens. The RSP and the RRIF, it's like a relay race. What happens at the age of 71, your RRIF will no longer exist, or your RSP will no longer exist. It's going to get transferred into a RRIF. Okay, so the best way to think of it, it's not like your money is coming out of your RSP, it's just getting transferred. Now, how do you set up your RRIF? Okay, you have to open up your RRIF account with a financial institution. So you got to call your financial institution before you're 71 or at 71. Say, "Hey, listen, I need to open up a RRIF because I'm about to turn 71. I need to make sure this money is transferred so I don't lose 53% of my money." Then what's going to happen is you're going to transfer your RRSP to your RIF, and then you could decide between self-directed or directed. What's really cool about a RIF is that it's very flexible. You can either get the bank to manage it, you could get your financial advisor to manage it, you can do it on your own, like you can invest with your RIF on your own. So there's a lot of options, but you need to make this transfer. Now, let's say you want to invest through a RIF. How do you do that? So again, you're going to have to make this transfer. This is so important. Every financial institution is different on how they do the transfer. Even if you're not 71 years old right now, you should call your bank or your institution, or even if you have a financial advisor, give them a call and just ask them, what's the process of transferring my money into a RIF? What do I need to do? How do I prepare? What are the best, strategies to do this? Number 2, decide on the investments in your RIF. Now you got to be careful, because now that you're in retirement, you're not going to be investing in high risk investments. You don't want to be throwing your money into cryptocurrencies or into penny stocks, or even individual stocks. This is where you need to really protect your money. And think about the state of mind that you're going to be in retirement. Are you going to want to constantly be waking up in the morning, checking the market, seeing how the markets are doing, seeing how your money is doing, and have these huge ups and downs? Probably not. You probably want to spend time with your kids, enjoy life, not have any worries. So the type of investments that you hold will determine the type of peace of mind you're going to have. Are you going to be frantic on the edge all the time, like cryptocurrencies, or not? And we're not here to say cryptocurrencies are bad. You should have a portion of your money in them, but not a huge amount. You should do your research. If you guys want to see a cryptocurrency class, give this video a like. So if you want to see a video like this on cryptocurrencies and how to invest, like this video. If it gets, let's say, 250 likes, we will do a whole class on cryptocurrencies. Now, the other great thing about a RIF, it grows tax-free. So let's say you have $1 million in your RRSP, and then you transfer it into a RIF. That money still gets to grow in the investments that you choose to invest in, and it grows tax-free. You don't pay any tax. Now, here's the only thing about a RIF. You cannot put more money in. Once your money gets transferred into a RIF, you can't invest any more money. So you're not going to get those tax deductions like you do investing in an RRSP. So really important there. You cannot contribute to your RIF. So keep that in mind as you're investing through these. Now, how do you take income from your RIF? So what's going to happen is your RIF is going to pay you a yearly minimum amount. You can withdraw more, but not less than the minimum. So this is a schedule that you have no control over. The government of Canada has created a schedule. This is what it looks like. At the age of 65, you're going to have to withdraw 4%. So if you have $1 million, that's $40,000 you're going to take out. Now, as you can see, as you get older, this percentage increases. And by the time you're 95, they're taking 20%. That you got to take that money out. And you're paying tax on the money. Don't forget that. When you take this money out, it is income. It's important to remember this. So you're going to pay a tax. Now, here's some cool strategies within RIF. You can base your RIF withdrawals on your spouse's age to benefit from lower minimum required percentage. So let's say you are 70 years old and your spouse is 65. So if you're 70, you can see here, let me get my highlighter out, you're going to have to take out 5%. If your spouse is 65, you can base the withdrawals on their age, and instead of paying 5%, you only pay 4%. So that's a strategy that can help you out, because what it does, you don't have to take out more than you want to, which means you don't have to pay tax more than you want to. You don't have to wait until you're 71 to take this money out. You can start sooner. You could start 65 or earlier. Oh, this is a really cool. Number 3, once you turn 65, you can claim $2,000 pension income tax credit. So this is neat. Like, let's say that, and this is for most Canadians, if you don't have any other pension income, let's say you're not a teacher, you don't work at a union with a pension, and most people don't have a pension nowadays, you can claim $2,000. So you can withdraw this amount starting at the age of 71, and you don't pay any tax on it. It's not a lot, but hey, that starts to add up. Only if you're not receiving any other pension income. Okay, option number 2, annuities. Let's talk about them. It's the same process. When you turn 71, your RRSP can get transferred to a RIF, or it could get transferred into an annuity. Now, guys, imagine receiving consistent monthly payments. How incredible would that be? Put an incredible in the comments section that you could just sit back and every single month you just get a consistent monthly payments. Just like this guy. He's like, yes, that would be incredible. Put in incredible if that's something that you want. That no matter how the markets do, no matter how your investments do, you're going to get a consistent amount that you know beforehand what that amount is, and you're going to get it every single month no matter what. Incredible, yup. A lot of people want that. I want that. I don't want to have to worry about the markets when I'm a little bit older. And that's something that an annuity can do. We're going to talk about the pros and cons because this is not for everyone. And you can create this consistent monthly payments without necessarily buying an annuity, but this is one of the best ways to do so. So let's talk about it. Annuities. The best way to think of it, it's like buying a pension plan. There are very few pension plans that exist nowadays. There just are. If you're a self-employed or an entrepreneur, you don't have a pension plan besides CPP, which we'll talk about it. So as an individual, the mindset that you need to be thinking to yourself, how do I create a pension plan for myself and for my family? How do I create monthly income for when I retire? So here's how it works. You have a lump sum of money. Let's say you turn 71 years old, your RSP, you have $1 million. What's going to happen, you're going to give this lump sum of money to an insurance company, and in exchange, they're going to give you money for life. So here's how it works. You give your money to an insurance company, which is an annuity, and then the annuity is going to start paying you monthly payments every single month for the rest of your life. Even if you live to 150 years old, they are obligated to continue to make monthly payments every single month. Even if the stock market crashes, they have to make the monthly payments to you every single month. So this is a really good option for someone that just doesn't want to invest in the markets anymore, doesn't want to deal with the stress of money, and just maybe you don't have a lot of beneficiaries, or you don't want to donate your money or pass money along, and you just want to relax. You just want monthly income no matter what. This is a great option for you. So what are the advantages? Let's talk about them. A predictable monthly income. It's a lifelong income for as long as you live. There could be a death benefit to your beneficiary. So let's say you pass away 2 to 3 years into your annuity. There are some plans that the money then gets transferred, some of it, not all of it, gets transferred to your beneficiary. And it's protection from the market downturn. Disadvantages. Okay, number 1, they are expensive. Annuities traditionally cost you a lot. Now, if you want to take this seriously, look at different insurance companies. It's the same thing with buying an ETF or buying a rental property. You need to do your research. You need to figure out what are your 10 different options and what are the ones that make the best sense for you. But traditionally, they are expensive. Number 2, the money is locked in. So let's say you buy an annuity and 3 years go by and you're like, I want this money back. I don't like this. I want to do my own investing. You can't do that without paying huge fees. Number three is an early death. So if you buy an annuity and you give the insurance company $1 million, but you pass away 2 to 3 years later, and if you don't have it set up so that money goes to your beneficiary, there have been cases where people have lost all their money. The insurance company keeps it. So you have to think of the insurance company as a business. What's in it for them? Why would they do this? They're doing this because they get your money, they're going to reinvest it, they're going to charge you fees, and they're also going to hope that you pass away early so they don't have to keep making the monthly payments for you. But there have been times where people have made more money from the insurance company because they just outlive it. They live until 110, 115, and they're still getting these monthly payments. So you got to decide what's best for you. So that being said, guys, annuities, what are your thoughts? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down about your thoughts about annuities. Thumbs up or thumbs down. What are your thoughts about annuities? It's worth doing a little bit more research on. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, here's the thing. Do you have to put all your money into annuities? Absolutely not. You can only put a portion of it into it, and you can have your rest in rental properties and a CPP. But, at Enriched Academy, we're not here to endorse annuities. We're not here saying, oh, these aren't good or these are great. We're here to show you your different options. And look at this, guys. A lot of people not a fan of it. It's interesting, right? Look at Perry says, not for me. Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone, but it is an option, right? So it's important to keep your options open. Awesome. So let's keep going. Let's talk about some really underrated aspects of retirement planning, which is our government pensions. You have three big ones, okay? CPP, the Canadian Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and Guaranteed Income Supplement. And Canada, this is a really great country. And if you take a look at it, most countries do not have a pension plan to support their old age residents, and most don't. So how many of you love Canada? Put in Canada in the comment section. I love this country so much, and it's just like, you look at everything, the safety and the opportunity here and the diversity, and they have pension plans. What an awesome country. Not everything is perfect, but this is pretty awesome. And take a look at this. Canada ranks number 9 for best pensions around the world. Woohoo! That's awesome. So take advantage of these. These are great investment vehicles. A lot of loyal Canadians here. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about it. CPP. This is a vehicle. So here's how a CPP works. You may have not noticed this, but it's happening on every single one of your paychecks. They're going to take a certain amount of money. Now, in the comment section, let's see, how much money do you think the government takes from your paycheck every single month to put into the pension plan? What percentage do you think it is? Let's see if anyone can get this in the comment section. How much money do you think is taken from your paycheck every 2 weeks or every month and is put into your CPP? Okay, 5%, 22%, 4%, 2%. Good guesses, guys. Great job, Juan, Armando, Georgina, Miki, Jan, Michelle, good guess. Okay, so let's take a look at it. We have a nice visual to show you. So usually it's about 5.45%. So let's say that you work at ABC company and every 2 weeks you get a paycheck and you're like, yes, I got a paycheck. What's going to happen is you're going to have to take 5.45% of that paycheck and give it to the government of Canada. Okay, now another 5.45% your employer will pay. So this is kind of great. It's almost, 11%. 5.45% from you, 5.45% from your employer, which is pretty awesome. Now, if you're self-employed, you pay the 10% yourself because no one employs you. You're self-employed. So you're going to be making these payments. Most people don't even remember or know they're making these payments because it's taken right from your paycheck. So you're not like writing checks every single month to pay this. It's taken right off the top. You're paying this for decades and decades and decades. And what happens is when you turn as early as 60 years old, you're going to start getting some monthly payments. It's pretty awesome. Now, how much money can you expect from the CPP? Well, it really depends on three things. Number one is when you started contributing to your CPP, the earlier, the more money you'll get. When you want to start collecting your CPP, so the more that you could postpone getting payments, the more money you're going to make, the more your monthly income will be. And how much you contributed to your CPP over your lifetime. So these are some numbers you need to know for 2021. The maximum annual contribution is $6,332. Okay, so you can't put more than that into your CPP. Half of this is from you, half of this is from your employer. The maximum monthly income you could get from your CPP is about $1,200. Now, the average is only 620, so the average is a lot less than the total maximum income. So here's some other great benefits your CPP provides. You got post-retirement benefit, disability pension, survivor's pension, children pension, death benefit. So it's important to take a look at these and see which one applies to you because this could create additional monthly income for you and your family. So that's the first one. You got CPP. The second one is your OAS, Old Age Security. You can start receiving this at 65 years old, but this is mostly for people that don't make $70,000. It's for people that have a little bit of a lower income. Here's some numbers you need to know. As early as 65 years old, you can apply for it and start getting a maximum of $618 a month. Okay, now if you decide to delay your OAS, each month that you delay it, your payments go up by 0.6%. Okay, so these are some important numbers to know. So as I mentioned before, earnings more than about $80,000, you're going to have to repay some or all your benefits. And the other thing is you're going to pay tax on this. I know, I wish you didn't have to, but that's just the game. They're not automatically deducted each month, and you're going to have to pay this tax. So the maximum amount per person, if you take a look at CPP and OAS, is going to be around $22,000 a month, or a year, excuse me. If you have two people in your household that are getting the maximum, you're looking at about $44,000 a year. Now, this is not going to take care of you during retirement because the average is usually a lot lower than that. So it's going to add some income. It's not going to take care of you during retirement. That's why it's so important that you start planning the earlier the better so that you could create your own pension plan, that you could take care of yourself because, we live in a time where the government is going to help, but they're not going to take care of you fully. They're going to do as much as they can, but it really depends on yourself to help yourself and your family. So that's kind of the key there. So guys, we're going to have a Q&A. There's also already some great questions coming in. So thank you for that. And, again, this is an important topic that let's keep talking about it. Let's keep the conversation going. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Enriched Academy, we're on a mission to make financial freedom accessible to all Canadians, no matter your situation. Our education is trusted by some of the top educational institutions in the country. We just signed a historic deal with the government of Alberta to bring our financial literacy to high schools right across the country. We're really excited about that. We work with universities, colleges, school boards. We also work with a lot of corporations and associations. The BC Police Association has been so proactive with their members to provide financial literacy. They just do such an amazing job. Same with the CFL Players Association. And at the end of the day, what we've noticed is there's two types of learners. The first type of learner is someone that's self-accountable. It's someone that's able to read a book and go and take action on that book and do all the things that they need to do. And those people are absolutely amazing. Like, kudos to you. All you need is education and you are good to go. But that's not the reality for most Canadians, which is what we've noticed. Most people need a coach. Most people need guidance. They need support. They need someone to hold their hand and help them on their journey to financial freedom. So what we've done is we've developed this amazing online platform to help Canadians get better with their money. This program teaches you everything. And not only does it teach you, it provides you access to experts. It also gives you access to incredible financial tools like your net worth tracker. The tools are so easy to use. So the way that we've designed this is, what are the most important information and tools that Canadians need to live a financially free life? And if you enjoyed today's class, you're going to fall in love with this platform. It's like this times 100, way better. And really the magic happens in all the courses. We have different courses from how to improve your credit score, to how to budget, to how to invest in stocks. The courses are done in a really fun, easy to understand way. It's not overwhelming. It's not complicated. They're simple. They get to the point. We have workbooks. So it's actually a live event that we filmed. And it's very interactive. It's very engaging. It doesn't feel like you're learning. It feels like you're watching a Netflix show. That's what people tell us, which is pretty amazing. Now, we also have one-on-one coaching. This is the program that I'm most excited about because this is the program that truly helps Canadians be financially free, because education is only half the battle. We've noticed a lot of people read a book or they take a course and they get excited for 2 weeks, but they haven't done anything with what they learned. A coach is there by your side to make sure that you're doing all the right things. And coaching works. If you take a look at our results, our average coaching client increases their net worth by $50,000 in just 6 months. Credit scored 28 points. Advisor fees saved 1.25%. They're able to decrease their spending by almost $1,200 a month, decrease their credit card debt by $3,500, and increase their passive income by $3,000. And the best part about the coaching, it's customized to you and your situation. The coach is going to teach you the information that you need to know, not the information that's general, but specific to you. Now, coaching isn't for everyone. I want to be clear. It is for you if you're someone that wants a financial expert to really just tell you exactly what you need to do to be financially free. If you're someone that struggles taking action on the education you receive, a coach can help you. If you want to achieve your goals faster, if you feel like you're on track, but you want to get there faster, a coach will help you fast track your progress. And if you want advice that's customized to your situation, so guys, what we've done, which I'm really excited about, is we've put together a one-on-one assessment call that all of you are going to have access to. It's a 45-minute call to help you jumpstart your finances, to help you take your first step to financial freedom. We're really here to help. And by the end of this call, you're going to feel more empowered and inspired to take action on your finances. And you're going to learn your different options, whether coaching is a good fit for you, or our education platform, or maybe some other option. Now, during the call, 4 things are going to happen. You're going to get an evaluation of your current situation. Where are you at? And then we're going to identify the root causes. What are the big roadblocks holding you back from living a financially free life? I'll tell you right now, if you don't figure that out, if you don't address that underlying issue, you're never going to be able to retire or be financially free. That needs to be addressed. Next, we're going to set goals for your future and then design your path forward. So the call is 100% confidential. It's with the financial freedom consultant. I recommend all of you just do the call, because the worst case scenario, you don't get anything from it. The best case scenario, you get one or two ideas that's really able to change your financial future. That's all it takes. One idea can change your life, and this call is going to really help you jumpstart that journey. Now, there is limited availability. We only have 3 individuals doing these calls, so please schedule a date and time. You're going to see it in the descriptions and in the comment section. So book your call today, and yeah, let us help you be financially free. We've helped thousands of Canadians with their finances, and we customize it to you. We have a proven 6-step process that works. It's proven to work. Awesome. Yep, Judith is one of our coaches. It is an awesome program. Awesome. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to do a Q&A. But again, I'm going to ask you, if you enjoyed today's class, if you want to learn more and you'd like us to continue to put in the time and the energy to create these videos, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, give it a like. It honestly helps us spread the word of Enriched Academy and financial literacy. We believe everyone deserves this information, no matter your situation. So help us spread the message. Like it on Facebook. And let us know if you enjoyed the class today in the comments section. Put in, yes, I enjoyed it. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and if this brought you a little bit more clarity when it comes to your retirement planning. Awesome. Yeah, let me know if you've enjoyed the class, guys. Oh, thanks so much, Jacqueline. Thanks for attending, guys. We're doing these every week, so there is a link in the description to sign up for future classes. So we have real estate investing coming up. We have how to lower your monthly bills. We have robo-advising. We're doing a lot of classes, guys. So if you've enjoyed this, thanks so much. Yes, you can watch this again. It's going to be on YouTube for 7 days. Then we're going to take it down. So you have 7 days to watch it. You're going to get a email with the link to watch it again. And if you have any questions, now's the time. We have 12 minutes to do a Q&A. Awesome, Tammy. Awesome. I love this, what Jackie said. I'm younger in age, but it helps me plan for my parents. First generation, they're entering into retirement. That's awesome. Jackie, amazing. Awesome, Adele. Thanks for coming on. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Looks like there was good feedback from today's class, which is great. If you have any questions, now's the time to answer it. One of our coaches, this is our coach, Judith. Awesome, Judith. Someone asked a question on, I think it was Kelly. Here was the question. Can you clarify, one cannot collect OAS if they bring in income over 79K? I assume the 70K is when retired, not yearly income prior to retirement. And Judith, one of our coaches, answered, if you're collecting OAS and your income is over 79K, your OAS will start to be clawed back. It doesn't matter where the income comes from. Yep. Thanks for answering that. Yeah, Annie, hoping you would discuss, like if you take a look at withdrawal strategies from your RSP and your RIF, the best thing you could do, Annie, is speak to a professional, because it's so customized based on your situation. Do you have a high income? Do you have a low income? What's your spouse's income? Are they working? How much do you have in your RSP? How much do you need to take out? There's just so many scenarios that it's really hard to generalize it and give you good strategies. So speak to a professional. That is honestly the best thing. Yeah, so how do you obtain info on education platform and tools? So Rick and Sandra, there's a link in the chat box that you could book a call with us, and we'll tell you about the education platform and how you can get access to it. Awesome, Annie. Thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying it. Okay, Tanya says, where can I access a calculator to determine my retirement income? So, Tanya, it's right here. So, if you log into your Enriched Academy profile, so you just go to enrichedacademy.com, go to user access, click login. Okay, then it is right here. This is the one of the tools. And you fill in your numbers here. Okay, Jagdish said, I have a question about RRIF for my parents. What are the fees that a bank should charge as they feel like they're paying too much? So what happens, Jagdish, is your RRIF isn't an investment. I know this is confusing. A RRIF is just something that holds your investments. Just like an RSP or TFSA, you don't invest in a TFSA. That's just the shield. It's like the tax shield. Your investments are the mutual funds, the index funds, the stocks, the individual investments inside your RSP or a RRIF. So Jagdish, it really depends on the funds that your parents are holding inside your RRIF. The average MER in Canada is around 2 to 2.5%. The RRIF is usually higher. That's what we've seen, but I would say it's about 2 to 2.5%. Now, if you do your own investing, then you shouldn't have to pay an annual fee. There might be some fees to set up the RRIF, but there shouldn't be any ongoing. Okay, Michelle, if you're having trouble logging in, sorry about that. Just reach out to us at support@enrichedacademy.com, and we will help you. If any of you have questions, if you have any feedback, there is our email right there, support@enrichedacademy.com. We're here to help out, so send us an email. Awesome. That looks like that's all the questions. Again, thank you all so much for taking time to watch today's class. We hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be back next week. And what are we talking about next week? Robo-advisors. That's going to be exciting. The pros, the cons. Should you be using a robo-advisor? That is happening next week. So again, if you like this video, it takes 2.5 seconds to click the like button. It helps us a lot. It gives us reassurance that we're doing a good job, that you guys are enjoying these videos, and we should keep putting in the time and the effort to do these. Besides that, again, if you have questions, reach out to us, support@Enriched Academy, and I'll see you all next week. So thanks again for attending. We have a class Thursday I forgot about. Actually, 2 classes. Oh my gosh. I told we were doing so many classes, I forget about all of them. We have a class tomorrow. That's a group coaching call. That's basically get your questions answered by our head coach, Alana, and our co-founder. And on Thursday, we have a special guest, which is investor Mel and Dave. They're going to be talking about how to invest in real estate with no money down. I'm excited for that. I'm going to learn something from that. So be sure to join us Wednesday and Thursday. And there's a link in the description to get access to those classes. So again, thanks everyone so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.